everyone? Welcome to the Takeover, brought to you by Tycoon TV. I'm your host, Danni Coleman, and I'm joined by my guy, Keelan Knight. We got a lot to talk about today, like what's going on in the AFC Conference, what the NBA teams are really starting to stand out, and Heisman hopeful Caleb Williams. So let's jump right in. Keelan, what's up?
What's up, D? Man, we got some good topics on the show today. Man, I'm ready to dive straight into it. Let's have a good show.
All right, let's get it. So, with the NFL season coming to its final months, it's clear that the AFC Conference is looking to stand out with a dramatic ending. With some divisions looking like a lock, the AFC East looks like it could be anyone's game. Keelan, who do you see coming out of this division?
This AFC East is really tricky this year. I feel like there's going to be three teams that come out of this division. I think it's going to be the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. The winner of this division, I think, is going to be the Bills just because of the tough slate that the Dolphins have coming up. They have 3 division games remaining, and they also have to play the Chargers and the 49ers, which are really tough. And the Bills, they have 2 division games remaining, but after that, they have games with the Lions and Jaguars and teams that they should beat. I think it's going to still be close, because it's the NFL, anything can happen. But I think the Bills are going to have, the best chance to come out of this division on top, though, for sure.
True. I feel you. Well, guess we're going to have to stay tuned to see how that all pans out. But while we're on the NFL, let's look at some of the big matchups that are coming up this weekend. Yeah. So first up, we got the Vikings versus Jets. Talk to me.
Now, as I look at this Vikings and Jets game, it's a very interesting game. On paper, you look at the Vikings, they're coming into this game. They have one of the toughest schedules up until this point. I believe they have the 9th hardest schedule. They have a great offense right now, led by Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson is playing insanely good right now. But if you look at the Jets team, they're playing scrappy on defense, led by Quentin Williams. And they also have a great corner in Sauce Gardner. I love the way their defense is playing. And they also had a great spark last week against the Chicago Bears, in which Mike White came in with of Zach Wilson. He threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and a clean game. Now the Jets are in a tight, they're going through a situation where they're trying to get in the playoffs at that 3rd spot in their division. So I think they have more of a chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to play harder than the Vikings. Now the Vikings are going to come with it, but I think the Jets have a little bit more on the line. So I think they're going to get this matchup, but it's going to be very close, though. It's going to be very close.
Well, even though my team is the Giants, I got to rep the New York team. So I like the Jets upset here. Now, talk to me about the Chiefs versus Bengals.
Chiefs versus Bengals.
That one.
Chiefs versus Bengals on this game will always be a good one. This game goes back to the AFC Championship last year, in which the Bengals got the better of the Chiefs. But I feel like, this year, this game is going to be very different, especially with them missing Jamar Chase. Now, the Bengals have been good without him. In Joe Burrow's last 6 games, the Bengals are 5-1. He's playing great, and they found their way back into the playoff picture. But I think the way the Chiefs are playing right now, Patrick Mahomes has 6 straight games in which he's thrown for 300 or more yards. And I just think that this is the game where they're going to see where having Jamar Chase is going to be very pivotal, and I think the Chiefs are going to get them in that second half of that game. They're going to hang in there for a minute, but the Chiefs have just a little bit too much for the Bengals, so I like the Chiefs in this game.
Well, the Bengals beat the Chiefs both times last year, and I honestly think they're going to do it again. But moving on, Dolphins versus 49ers. Talk to me.
It's going to be this might be the best game of the weekend. You got the Dolphins rolling in. They're hot. Their last 5 games, they've had 30 points or more in each game. They're rolling on offense, led by Tua. Since coming back from his concussion, he has 10 touchdowns to no interception. So he hasn't thrown an interception since coming back from his concussion. So he's playing at the MVP caliber level. But the 49ers quarterback, he's doing his thing as well. Jimmy G. Since getting Christian McCaffrey, he's 7 touchdowns to only 1 interception. And I love the way that they're using Debo and Christian McCaffrey. As the season continues to go on, they're going to get better. But that duo, I think the 49ers are going to edge them out. They had a home field advantage, and I like the 49ers in this game. But it's going to be a close game. Shout out to the Dolphins, but 49ers going to edge them out, though.
You know what? I got to agree with you there, because the 49ers are on a 4-game win streak, and I feel they're going to continue that. Yeah, for sure. But it's time to take a break. Don't go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to talk about some standout teams in the NBA.
The life that athletes encompass today is no joke. A 24/7 job that requires constant commitment, daily focus, and of course, a foundational team who back them on their journey toward success. And that's where we come in. The goal of Tycoon Sports Media Group is to help grow and elevate the sports industry, one athlete at a time, via various media techniques. Tycoon Sports is a full-service media agency that was designed to provide services to athletes, trainers, athletic programs, parents, and more, looking to build the image and brand of each athlete and expand the marketability to better attract different companies and audiences. TSM wants to focus solely on unlocking the creative capacity of its athletes while elevating the brand we are helping them build.
Welcome back to the Takeover. I'm your host, Danny, and I am joined by my guy, K Boogie. So, Christmas is around the corner, which means the NBA season is getting into a steady flow. Teams are starting to find and build their chemistries, and some are shaping up rather nicely. Hey, Boogie, who's been your favorite standout team so far?
Right now, I got two teams to throw out there, Danny. First, I'm going to talk about the Boston Celtics, who have the best record in the NBA, as well as the Eastern Conference. Right now, they're averaging 121 points per game. That is number one in the NBA. They also lead the NBA in field goal percentage and in threes, and they also are a top 10 defense. If you can do that, you have a great formula to win games. You know, I feel like they're on a mission to get back to the NBA Finals because they left some money on the table against the Warriors last year, so I like them. And coming out of the West, I like the Phoenix Suns, you know, led by Devin Booker, and we see the type of run he's on right now. Most recently, he had 51 points in 3 quarters, a phenomenal game by him. And they also are pretty deep. You know, they have Mikal Bridges, who's stepping up playing good ball this year. They have Cameron Payne, who's playing good ball. They have Damian Lee, who came in the trade from the Warriors. He's playing good ball for them, and he brings that championship mentality to the Phoenix Suns, in which they don't have. But the only thing about this team, I wish I could see more from DeAndre Ayton. He's been showing up in some games, but towards the back end, if they can get him going early, I think they could be even more dominant. But still, I still like what they're doing in the Western Conference, though.
Okay, I feel that the Celtics are definitely balling. So I'm absolutely keeping my eye on them this season. I don't usually, because you know, I'm a New York girl. I go for my New York team, really. But I have to be honest. If we're talking about teams that are actually doing really, really good right now, definitely keep them. I'm gonna do it. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, the 10 teams that do not make the playoffs will be eligible for the draft lottery. And a new system has been put into place this year, which will allow 3 of the worst teams with the worst records to have a 14% chance to win a number 1 pick, which is crazy. So with that being said, who has the best chances of landing Victor Wembanyama?
This is going to be very interesting, Danny. You know, we have a great prospect in Victor, but I think the 3 teams that are probably going to have the best chance at getting him are the Orlando Magic. They're showing promise to being a good team in the future, but they just don't have the pieces right now, so I think they're going to be in the mix. I also feel the Charlotte Hornets, they're going to be in the mix right now with LaMelo Ball being out as well. And the Detroit Pistons, not having Cade Cunningham, the former overall number 1 pick last year, he's out for the season, so that's going to hurt them very, very bad throughout the season. But with all that being said, the team that makes the most sense to me that can land him, I like him in Charlotte. You know, you get a healthy Lonzo Ball. I like what Terry Rozier brings to the table. He's not the best guard, but I feel like Terry can go on a tear. Like we've seen him in Boston. We've also seen him in Charlotte put together great games. So he has a lot of respect in the league. And people are going to talk crazy about me in the comments about this, but I'm going to put it out there. I like what I'm seeing from P.J. Washington. He's showing signs of improvement. He's averaging 16 points a game. That's a great improvement from the last year. I would like to see him get more active on the boards, but I like what he's bringing to this Charlotte team. If they get Victor with the skills he presents, this team could be very nasty, and they're young, so I would like to see him there, most definitely.
I agree with you. First of all, I forgot about the Orlando Magic. But forgot about them. But I think they're good in Charlotte because, I agree. 100%. It's a very young team, so they have a long career ahead of them. A lot of room for improvement, a lot of room for progress. So, I'm looking forward to that. And we'll stay tuned and we'll see where he ends up going, if anywhere. But it's time to take another short break to pay some bills here at Tycoon TV. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Caleb Williams' outstanding performance and what that means for his Heisman chances. Stay tuned.
We are back now with Humble Hustler, the innovative entrepreneurial leadership organization that's making a huge difference in the lives of young Black men.
From Grand Bay, Alabama, where I can see a lot of entrepreneurs on everything. Startup was something that I had to learn.
This is a danger zone, yeah. This is a danger zone, yeah. This is a danger zone, yeah. This is a danger zone, yeah.
After Caleb Williams' outstanding performance and C.J. Stroud's horrific loss to Michigan, we thought the Heisman was locked in for Caleb. With the bad loss to Utah this week, what does that mean for his Heisman race this year?
Oh man, this Heisman campaign this year is crazy. So Caleb Williams on the season so far, he had over 4,000 yards passing with 37 touchdowns. To C.J. Stroud, he has 3,600 yards. He has the same amount of touchdowns at 37, and he's 11-1. So going into the game, Caleb Williams, all he had to do was win. I feel like he was the clear-cut favorite at that point because he would have gotten into the college football playoff as a conference champion. But I feel like even though he played good, there left room for C.J. Stroud to come in. And I know their numbers are kind of different when it comes to the yardage, but that's because early in the season, C.J. Stroud was not playing in a lot of his games because they were beating their opponents so bad to where he was getting out the game at the beginning of the fourth quarter, or he was just, handing the ball off. So I feel like with Caleb losing that game, C.J. Stroud might take that Heisman home, and I think he gets into the playoffs as well. So I'm rocking with CJ, man. I really think CJ Stroud brings it home. He's been consistent throughout the season. Caleb came on strong towards the end, but him not winning that game, he played good, but sometimes you can play good, but if you don't get that W, that kind of, that don't go in your favor. So I think CJ will get it, though. I think he'll get it.
I'm still rooting for Caleb because, like you said, he did good. He's still playing well. One monkey don't stop no show. Just a little while. He can bounce back from that. So we're going to stay tuned and we're going to look into that, But that's all for today's episode, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know down in the comments what are your big NFL matchup predictions for this week. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Follow us on Tycoon Sports Media for the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See y'all.